the 8 hour sleep night, where you go to sleep, you wake up, and you have to clocked in your 8 hours, is seems very reminiscent to another 8 hour clocking in and out, which is our work, and seems to be, in the limited research I've done on it, not have really come around until the Industrial Revolution, when we were punching in and punching out on one
Yeah.
end. So we got this sense of punching in and punching out on the others. That leads me, and my opinions are coming through on this, obviously. But what are your thoughts on being awake in the middle of the night, different qualities of sleep, how long of sleep, and naps? I know that's a lot of material, but it seems like
Yeah,
it's all
that's
under sort
great.
of this umbrella of what is
Mhm.
healthy sleep.
Yeah. And so with the sounder sleep system, that is one of the things I talk about, how just what you said about how this whole like 8-hour chunk of time is not what it used to be. So, and some of that is actually really helpful, I think, for some people to actually think about and realize. Um, and for other people, like when they just want to sleep, that's not really that helpful to hear, you know? So it's like I share some of that information, and I usually share some of that information and like take it or leave it, right? Like, how does this work for you? How does this land for you? Um, but I think helpful for people to at least hear what that like same thing you've shared, what you've been kind of reading about too. I love that idea because I feel like what it does is like it gave me permission to be like, oh, I'm awake right now. It's actually it might be okay. Like it's okay because maybe I don't have to immediately shift into that high cortisol. Like, oh no, I'm awake. I'm not going to be able to fall back asleep. And I think having some strategies to be able to use in that moment is helpful compared to just waking up and saying to oneself, oh, well, she said it's okay to wake up when I might really want to be asleep. So, really being able to utilize some things to help get to that idea of like deep rest while you might not actually be in sleep mode. That having that support, I think, is pretty important for a person to feel like they kind of have something that they can um, I guess I'll just say do, something to do in that moment, but really it's something to kind of like be instead of do. And I think that kind of also feeds a little bit into what are people's comfort levels and comfort zones with just being. Um, and what happens with the thoughts and the spiraling thought, all of that, right? Like where does the mind go when we're in a place of quiet being? Which is like a whole other conversation probably, but
Yeah, that's. I'm starting to make notes of other conversations I want to have with you. To,
yeah.
that we're
And
not going to get into this session.
I know, right? And you asked about naps, and then what's my practice? I'm gonna have both of those in my mind at the same time. There literally are times within my day where I have a chunk of time between clients, and I will set a timer for 20 minutes, and I will just lie down on my table and I will rest. I might nap, but I'll kind of think of it more as rest. And if I happen to nap, that's that happens. I don't do it all the time for sure. I kind of am I'm tuning into like what does my body need
Mhm.
sensation, and that is part of the sounder sleep when they kind of when you work with this, there is a like, hey, kind of try this sequence for about 3 weeks. And each week there's a little different something that you do. And one of the first things is trying to bring in throughout the day, like one time where you actually try to rest for like
Mhm.
10 to 15 minutes, which is a hard ask for people, like in the middle of their day to find that time. And it can look like a lot of different things. And so it doesn't mean having to lie down. It could mean doing some of the day tamer type things they do that are very lulling in the very subtle movement. And I kind of feel like even the word rest, what does that even mean to some people? That might literally just mean stop going, 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 but they might just be sitting upright, taking a few breaths. Somebody else, it might mean lying down and taking a nap. It might mean just shifting from what they're doing and being outside and sitting and breathing some fresh air could be rest. That maybe isn't technically nap, right? But it's at least giving the body, the brain, the nervous system a chance to kind of recalibrate a little bit.